Brace yourselves, 12s, because the news coming out of the VMAC in the last few hours is about to shift the entire trajectory of our Seattle Seahawks. We're looking at some major moves that nobody saw coming, from underdog heroes silencing the doubters to massive contract talks that could break the bank. The future of one of our biggest stars is hanging by a thread, and our offensive strategy just became a high-stakes game of chess. You won't believe what we have on deck today. So grab your coffee, hit that like button, and let's dive into these updates. Also, make sure to subscribe. We are pushing for 1,000 diehard fans here on the channel. Imagine a situation where the pressure is so heavy that even the vets start to shake. Now, put a rookie right in the eye of that storm. What we witnessed in Super Bowl 60 wasn't just a win. It was the arrival of a defensive monster who completely shut down the New England Patriots. Seattle's defense was a total brick wall, but there was one name that seemed to be everywhere at once. A player Mike McDonald has turned into his ultimate secret weapon. We are talking about a performance with 5 massive tackles, 4 of them solo, effectively killing any hope of a comeback until the very last quarter. This kid came in without much hype as a second-round pick out of South Carolina and finished the year as the Defensive Rookie of the Year runner-up. Nick Emenwari isn't just a guy on the line. He is a physical chess master. His versatility reached insane levels this season. He lined up at slot corner, deep safety, and even as a hybrid linebacker, completely messing with opposing quarterbacks who had no idea how to account for him. The trust this coaching staff has in him is something you rarely see in Seattle for a first-year player. McDonald even mentioned that it's easy to move Nick around the formation because he executes every single detail with surgical precision. The 12s are losing their minds on social media, comparing his physical presence to what Cam Chancellor brought to the table, but with a modern, fluid style and coverage. The game plan was built for him to shine, having him work with pass rush groups and linebackers to become that moving piece that dictates the tempo. Remember that Week 10 win against the Cardinals? That was the moment the world realized he wasn't just a flash in the pan after he led the team in tackles and locked up Rookie of the Week honors. Now, with a Super Bowl ring on his finger, Emenwari has proven that the Seahawks defense has a brand new identity that is young, aggressive, and totally unpredictable. He is the heartbeat of this new era, and seeing how he bought into the coach's system shows this locker room is tighter than ever. But if you think this defensive lockdown is the only thing securing our future, hold your breath, because what's coming up next involves massive dollar signs and the fate of our biggest defensive hero. If the defense is locked in with new blood, our offense is facing a Hollywood-level cliffhanger with the man who took over the world in Super Bowl 60. Kenneth Walker III just wrapped up the most incredible season of his life, staying healthy for every single game and holding that Super Bowl MVP trophy high. At 25 years old, he has hit his physical and technical peak. But this is where the drama starts keeping every Seattle fan awake at night. His rookie deal, which was a total steal at just over $8 million for 4 years, is about to run out. Walker knows this is his one real shot at a legacy contract to secure his family's future, and the front office is backed into a corner. The running back market is a cold business, and the shelf life at that position is notoriously short, which makes every cent a major battle. Everyone agrees he's going to get paid a premium because of that legendary playoff run, especially since Seattle can't afford to lose him while Zach Charbonnet deals with injuries. The fan base is torn between the love for K9 and the fear of the salary cap. A lot of us remember those heavy contracts from the past that tied our hands. But how do you let the best playmaker in the league walk out the door? The obvious comparison is James Cook of the Bills, who signed for $46 million. Walker has the stats and the ring to demand that much, if not more. Mapping out this new deal is like walking an emotional tightrope. If we give him 4 years at that Cook money, we'd be rewarding the loyalty and pure talent of a guy who has never been a locker room issue or had a fumbling problem. The smart move would be a contract with realistic outs after 2 or 3 years, letting Walker do his thing while he still has gas in the tank. He hasn't been overworked with too many touches yet, making him a much safer bet than most veterans on the market. Seeing K9 in another jersey would be a total gut punch for the 12s. But while we're talking millions for our star back, a move behind the scenes with the coaching staff might change everything about who's actually calling the plays for him on the field. While we are all trying to process these huge numbers to keep our MVP, the vibe behind the scenes in Seattle has become a total pressure cooker. That's the price of winning it all. Everyone wants a piece of your success, and now we are facing a situation that could decide if our offense stays elite or resets to zero. Clint Kubiak, the mastermind who had the offense humming, already packed his bags to be the head coach for the Raiders. But here's the catch. The Raiders are trying to poach our entire offensive brain trust for Las Vegas, starting with Frisman Jackson, the mentor who helped turn Jackson Smith-Njigba into the league's leading receiver. The news that Frisman Jackson interviewed for the OC job in Vegas hit like a ton of bricks. Can you imagine losing the guy who developed our entire receiving core right now? It creates a lot of uncertainty because Mike Macdonald is now forced to find his fourth offensive coordinator in 4 seasons. Turnover is the enemy of consistency, and fans are terrified that the perfect chemistry we saw in the Super Bowl might evaporate. However, there is a backup plan gaining steam at Lumen Field. The front office doesn't want to reinvent the wheel and is leaning toward continuity by interviewing internal candidates who already have this team's DNA. Right now, 4 names are on the short list: Jake Peetz, Justin Outen, Andrew Janocko, and Mac Brown. The strategy is obvious. Promote someone who already worked under Kubiak to keep the system that just won us a title. Justin Outen, our run game guy, is a favorite for a lot of analysts since he has play-calling experience and was huge for Kenneth Walker's late-season explosion. On the other hand, Jake Peetz has McDonald's full trust and a resume from working with Nick Saban and Sean McVay. You can feel the tension because any mistake with this hire could blow the progress we made in 2025. This is pure chess, where every interview could save or tank our shot at a back-to-back run. And if you think this coaching search is stressful, our wrap-up is going to show you that the future holds something even more intense. We saw today that the Seattle Seahawks are a powerhouse that never stops evolving. From Nick Emmanwori's lightning-fast rise on defense to the multi-million-dollar headache of keeping Kenneth Walker 3, the future is going to take some serious guts. Losing coaches to the Raiders stings, but Mike Macdonald's championship mindset gives us a real shot at a dynasty. The board is set, and every move from here on out determines if we can go back-to-back. So what do you think, Seahawks fans? Should we pay K9 whatever he wants or focus on keeping the coaching staff consistent with an internal hire? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and subscribe right now.